You ever get that feeling that things aren't quite what they seem? Like there are these, I don't know, invisible strings being pulled in conversations, in deals, maybe even in your own house? Well, you're not going crazy. Manipulation is all around us every single day, and most of the time we don't even see it happening. So let me ask you something. Think about the last big decision you made, or hey, even a small one. Was that really you calling the shots? Or was someone else kinda subtly steering the wheel for you? It's a creepy thought, right? Alright, let's get right into it. The hard truth is, you're being manipulated every single day. Sometimes people don't even realize they're doing it. So what we're gonna do is pull back the curtain and show you exactly how the game is played. It's time to see it for what it is. Okay, we're gonna start with two of the most, insidious techniques out there. These are the ones that mess with your head, the ones that target your very perception of reality. We're talking about gaslighting and reverse psychology, two really powerful ways manipulators can warp your mind. So, what's the whole point of gaslighting? It's not just about telling a lie. Oh no, it's way deeper. It's about systematically planting these tiny seeds of doubt in your mind. The manipulator wants you to question everything. What you saw, what you heard, what you feel, until you just give up and start depending on their version of what's real. It's pure control. And you've probably heard this before, right? Phrases just like this one. It usually happens right after an argument where you are positive you know what went down, but then bam, the whole thing gets flipped on its head, and suddenly you're the one who's overreacting or confused. It's such a classic power move. Alright, now for something totally different. This next technique plays on a completely different human instinct, our deep down desire to resist being told what to do. Reverse psychology literally weaponizes defiance. You tell someone not to do something, or that they can't do it, for one simple reason. You know that challenge is the one thing that will push them to do exactly what you wanted all along. I mean, think about it. How many times has a phrase like this actually gotten you to do something? It's a super common tactic, sometimes it's even playful, but make no mistake, it's a powerful tool that uses our own pride against us. Okay, next up we've got techniques that aren't about messing with your reality, but about messing with the choices you think you have. They create this illusion of control, while they're actually just boxing you into a corner. So here's how this works in the real world. Let's say you've got a lazy brother, and you need him to study. If you just tell him, hey, go study, forget it, he won't do it. But what if you give him two options? Hey, you can either help me with all these awful chores, I'm talking scrubbing floors, washing a mountain of dishes, or you can just go study. All of a sudden, studying looks like the easy way out, doesn't it? You've limited his choices to make your goal feel like his decision. And then there's the guilt trip. Oh, this one is a nasty weapon, and it's especially brutal against people who are more in touch with their emotions. The manipulator just reaches back into your past, finds a mistake, something you said or did, and they just hold it over you. They make you feel so awful about it that you drop all your defenses. And once you're feeling that guilt, you become so much easier to control. You'll hear this pop up in conversations. A manipulator will take something you did in the past and frame it in the absolute worst possible way, making you feel like you're responsible for someone else's pain. The second that guilt sinks in, you're way more likely to agree to whatever they ask for next, just to try and make things right. Alright, let's shift gears and talk about tactics you see out in the wild, in stores, online, even in big public arguments. These are the tools of the trade for manipulative salespeople and, anyone looking to win a fight. I think we've all been there. You know, the classic pushy salesman or shopkeeper. They've got a whole arsenal of tricks they use on you. A little flattery about how great that looks on you, some shady claims about the quality, and then the big one, a false sense of urgency to rush you into a decision before you can think straight. So here, you see a clear flaw, a stain, get reframed as some kind of new design. Then, right after that, they play the scarcity card. Oh, and it's the last one we have. That 1-2 punch creates this intense pressure to buy it right now, before you have a second to ask yourself if you even want the thing in the first place. This one is basically the definition of making a mountain out of a molehill. Someone takes a tiny issue, like a little scratch on a car, and they just blow it completely out of proportion. They create this huge scene, inject a ton of fear and urgency into the situation, all to force a reaction that is way bigger than the actual problem. And finally, we're at our last one. This is one of the most subtle and personal forms of manipulation, a technique that's designed for social infiltration. This one's pretty wild. The manipulator basically turns into a mirror of you. They find out what you're into, your favorite music, your sports team, the movies you love, and then they pretend to love all the exact same things. And why do they do this? It's simple. Shared interests are the absolute fastest shortcut to building a bond and earning someone's trust. So look, if you meet someone new and they seem a little too perfect, a little too much like you right from the get-go, that should be a little red flag. Manipulators use this mirroring trick to completely bypass the normal, slow process of getting to know someone. They want to create a fake, deep connection to get inside your inner circle, and fast. So, we've walked through some really powerful techniques, right? From mind-warping stuff to social traps. The big question now is, what are you supposed to do with all this information? And the answer? Well, it might not be what you think. Let's be 100% clear about the goal here. We are not learning these dark arts so you can go out and use them on other people. Seriously, that's a dangerous game. The real power here comes from understanding these tactics so you can spot them when they're being used on you. And this right here is the whole point. Knowledge is your shield. By understanding how these tactics work, you can see the strings before anyone tries to pull them. You can spot the gaslighting, you can recognize the guilt trip, you can see right through the illusion of choice. You basically become immune to the entire game. So I'm gonna leave you with this one thought. Awareness changes everything. The next time you walk into a negotiation or have a tough conversation or even meet someone for the first time, you're gonna be seeing the world through a whole new lens. The hidden game is now out in the open. So what's your next move?